that's dope because like a barber is connected to the community in so many ways. Mentor kids, you can tell them, hey man, I did wrong left, but you can do this.
Watch the big booty bitches survive.
No doubt. So
that's what it's all about.
yeah, right. So it's like no doubt, like it's already happening. Now you're just putting it on the video.
Right.
So,
Big ups to you doing that.
Yeah, so I appreciate that, man. Cause this is power.
Yo, what's happening? Welcome to the KuttingUp podcast. I'm Marcus.
I'm Will.
And I'm Big B. And today we got two special guests, firefighters from
Portsmouth, Virginia Beach.
I got my man Reggie, I got my man James. Before we even pop off. Look, I went down to Sandbridge and I seen that fire station. They are chilling.
Nah, that's a resort 17 we call it.
That's right. They were like sitting on the beach all just chilling. And I was like, boy, I know they don't get no calls out here.
Nah.
Hey,
What cities y'all say?
I'm Portsmouth.
Virginia Beach.
Oh, no. Okay, so y'all didn't have that damn peanut factory that just was burning down.
That was Chesapeake, right?
Yeah,
No,
Suffolk.
Yeah, it was
What happened? Y'all have that big peanut factory that caught on fire?
It was a lot. We actually had our recruits go and help them out.
Oh, for real?
Get a little hands-on, whatever.
What did that happen?
This
No,
was
less
a
than a month
couple
ago.
weeks ago.
Yeah,
I guess
20 days ago.
No. It was closed. It was in the middle of the night, I think. Like early in the morning.
Man, that was the insurance thing.
Yeah.
There's a big factory or whatever, I guess. It's been here for a long time, apparently. It's like a part of this area's history.
What's the peanut brittle place?
I don't know what it's called. I ain't never heard of it.
I used to work at a warehouse like Norfolk, Chesapeake.
Man.
And
Y'all know how many
I
jobs this nigga get every week. Yeah, you know I used to work there.
How old are you?
I'm 30. What you mean?
Man, stop. Man, that nigga been working since
Nah, but it was terrible. I quit on lunch.
Oh, we know.
I quit on lunch.
This man worked.
And
I
so-
mean, y'all might have seen him at y'all. No, but hold on, we gotta address the elephant in the room that I caught right before we started filming, right before we came on. I caught that this nigga just learned how to play spades a year ago. Tell us the story. What happened in your life? Tell us about your
I've
trial.
just been doing it about a year ago.
What happened?
But
And who
yeah,
taught you?
it's though.
How did you find it?
Real talk, man. And it's sad to say,
Learn
man.
quick.
White folks taught me.
What?
So
Because you know black people don't teach. Black people
You
don't
don't know how to
teach
play
spades.
it. Yeah, see, that's what we need to talk about. You can't be shocked and be like, well, damn, how do you not know this? Oh, man, black people don't teach. That's
Black
the
people
problem.
do not teach you how to play spades. You just gotta learn.
We'll talk about that while the topics is black people, we still have the patience, man. How can you be so passionate about something but you don't teach it? You know?
Yeah.
We'll get into that.
They don't.
We'll get into that.
You ever heard a nigga ask, nigga, you don't know? They just clown for not
And that's it. They just stop.
They never teach.
Right, you don't teach. You know what I'm
Everybody
saying?
do different.
But now, like
They do.
the fire department taught me, like, real talk.
Damn,
Country dudes taught me.
That's what's up. At least you
But
learn.
now I'm busting their ass now.
It's the black in you know.
So I got a question. I see you both have Yankee hats on. Are y'all from New York? Or
The whole family's from New York,
you from New York? Okay, what part?
Bronx.
Okay.
Mother side's from Bronx, father side from Brooklyn.
Y'all been playing these hats.
No.
Naturally, navy blue is my favorite color, and I always knew I'd be in the fire department, man. And uniforms are blue too, so.
So
You'll never see me without wearing navy blue.
How long you been there?
4 years now.
How about you?
14. And all my people's from up top, New Jersey, Patterson.
Oh, Jersey.
That area, yeah. So we haven't got a baseball team.
No. You been a firefighter for
I
14
mean,
years?
technically anything that's New York is y'all, right?
Yeah. Was
You been
that?
a firefighter for 14 years?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. How old are you?
33. I got in straight out of
Straight out
high
of
school.
high
So I talk about that too.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk about.
Damn.
Getting straight out of high school.
Wait. So wait, hold on.
I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know.
Yeah, real talk.
You're a
It's
Yankee fan.
police system.
You still getting back?
Yeah.
You're a Yankee fan. Why not a Mets?
No, my pop's a Mets fan, but it just what it is. It's just I pick a different side.
Okay. Understood. Okay.
But I'm Giants. New Jersey Nets, which is Brooklyn Nets now. But everything else is all.
Same with you? Same team? I didn't know, but you had to tell me about this high school shit. I didn't know you could be out of high school.
So for me, I wasn't like him. He always wanted to be a firefighter because obviously we went to school together in high school.
Mm-hmm.
My thing was.
Didn't know that.
I gotta ask you. PA?
Yeah. So for me, it was more like to talk about it. Like a lot of people don't want to go to college. And for me, it's like the only other option was probably to go to college or you know got to get a job. So here it's like the military, and I'm not even trying to do the military to keep it real. So my
Nobody trying to do that shit.
yeah, so my pops is like back in the day, because my pop worked in up north in like a factory. So when we moved down here, that whole, I don't know if y'all know about Enron, that whole Enron shit. So he was part of that. It shut down businesses. So a lot of people up top, just come to Virginia Beach for vacation. So we used to come down here every year for a week. So that's the only reason why I knew about Virginia Beach. Then when he lost his job, he said, "True, I just might as well just move the whole family to Virginia Beach." So when he came down here, he was like, "Man, if I could do it again, I would join the fire department." And of course up there, he had like friends that joined, and they only worked one day. We'll talk about the schedule. You only work like 9 days a month. 10 days a month. Right. So it's like, dude, join the fire department. I didn't know nothing about it, so I just seen the application, and I just applied and took it serious and applied for all the cities, all 7 cities. And I got picked up in Virginia Beach at a high school. Yeah. So I want to say at the time was the youngest like ever hired at the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's been other people that.
But now they went. Okay.
Yeah.
So what is the process anyway to get in?
Yeah, so for us it's like you gotta go online. It's like a 6, 7, 8 month process. I don't know how it is in Portsmouth, but I think it's the same across the board. You gotta do a written test. After a written test, you gotta do a physical test, and then after that, you gotta do a lie detector interview, and then after that, it's all like basically medical. But over the course, it takes like 7 months.
But you're not getting paid during this time.
No. You only get paid once you get selected, and then you get paid for an 8-month academy. So they train you everything you need to know to be a firefighter. So that's why you can be out of high school and not know nothing, and then they teach you. And then
it's more like law enforcement when you gotta be 21 versus fire.
yeah, we don't hold a gun.
Do y'all both love it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Once I joined, I realized it was for me.
That's what was you.
Yeah. Like I truly actually enjoy it.
That's what's up.
A lot of it is a family environment.
Yeah.
Like
I know they stick together.
Like how we chopping it up, it's like your man got your 6. It's like it's your third family. You spend 24 hours there, so it's a 24-hour shift.
Yeah.
So you be knowing these cats better than sometimes they own family.
Right.
Because they gotta keep it real. Because they gotta keep it real with us. We in the room, we eat dinner together, everything like that. So it's a culture. It's more of like a culture, join the fire club. Like I can go anywhere in the world. I'm like, yo, I'm the firefighter here. Oh man, come here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's like more to take care of. Like.
You too? That was the same process you had to go through?
So I've been an EMT since 2011, and I got into the fire department around 2018. Process won't that simple for me, and some people won't go through hoops, especially if you're talking about our people, black folks. At the end of the day, they're gonna hire someone black. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
But different cities, like I said, I applied to all different cities, different experiences. It taught me, it made me a stronger man going through the hiccups. I'm like, now I can deal with this. I can pretty much deal with everything. But I think the fact that I always wanted to do it, like it just made it worth it. But I did go through some bullshit at the end of the day to actually get on.
Like what?
But it was worth it.
How long?
There were times where I got a job offer, and next thing you know, we don't have the money to have an academy. They got to pay for training, they got to pay for instructors, they got to pay for your gear, all that training, all that shit. So there was just hiccups, and then sometimes there was a process that actually happened, and I didn't know about it until I saw like let's say like an article that a graduation ceremony happened for this department, blah blah blah. So like I said, it was some snake shit, man. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know it. The one thing I pride myself with, I don't know when I was applying if I look like that aggressive. I'm an aggressive person. Like I believe what I believe in. I'm passionate. Still, ain't no sucker shit about me. I'm gonna be me no matter what department I'm with, no matter what city, no matter what job duty. And I don't know if they saw that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know if that was a little intimidating, whatever. I mean, because never had a criminal record. Credit score was over 7. Cause they check your credit. No criminal record, credit score. Volunteers. I volunteered with Virginia Beach for 5 years. You would think that stuff would have helped. So I just don't know if they saw something like,
something they didn't like.
Right. Something, but the fact that I still made the same until someone hired me, and I'm still the same dude I knew I was going to be, I'll take that.
So is there a need for firefighters? Is there a big need?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a need for everywhere. Same thing with public safety.
Was it a shortage?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Y'all like.
Yeah, you know, what doesn't help is that nowadays, you know, what we get paid, you know, someone can borderline make the same at IKEA.
Facts.
Or work at Chick-fil-A.
See, I was on.
Yeah.
I mean, is it good money in fire?
Yeah, I'll give it perspective. When I got hired in 2008, there was like 1,800 people applying to get 26 spots. Now it's like 300 for like 50 spots. So when we say need, it's like, he knows, it's like mandatory. Like, for instance, you gotta have our jobs 365, 24/7. Somebody's gotta be on shift.
Right.
So if there's not enough people and somebody's off, you gotta stay on until
somebody really.
Yeah.
Right.
So with that shortage, there's a lot of mandatory overtime, forced mandatory. Like, hey, it's Saturday, I was about to go do something with kids. No, you gotta be 12 hours. So that's what we're doing. And that was unheard of like 10 years ago. Like now, so this is the time to get in because it's like they hire 50 academies are like 50 deep now, bigger. So
Okay, so they're trying to get people.
yeah. So it's the same thing with PD.
Like I said, this is generation. I think COVID kind of exposed like people who don't want to work. You know
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's
people don't want to work.
But see, here's the thing. I get what you're saying, but I think for y'all job, I think there has to be some part of it that you like.
Oh yeah,
you can't do it for money.
You ain't just walking into the
Right.
fire.
If I'm working beside you, I would want you to love.
You know what I'm saying? It's something I do on the weekend.
Yeah.
So like, that's what I'm saying. Like, the combination of people nowadays, people don't want to work. That goes along with people are not passionate about a lot of things.
Passionate what they do.
Yeah.
And with the fire department, I want you to care about
Facts going on.
me, your guy, and your patient at that.
You
know
have
what
to, right?
I'm saying? Yeah. You can slide. You know, you can get away with some stuff. But like I said,
Resort 17, that's sliding right there.
You got that officer that's like,
That's not their fault.
No, that's a retirement
I
station.
mean,
Like too.
but the thing is, you're not working by yourself. So like me, I'm gonna do the right type person. Like I'm all about patient care. You gotta be on point. Like even if you don't perform some type of procedure the right way, like your bedside manner, that shit matters. You know what I'm saying? Because taxpayer pays our salary. Ain't nothing that people call city council on your ass or the mayor.
Do people
or
really
your
complain about
shit.
y'all like that?
All the time.
What?
That doesn't go anywhere most
times.
times. It doesn't, because most times it's BS. You know what I'm saying?
I've never had
you
anybody.
talk a lot of people on a call. That means like everyone had to be in on being rude to you. You know what I'm saying? Or people
Oh,
lie.
okay,
And then
it has to
just,
be like something
just the case. Like I said, so you got some people who really don't care, but then you got someone else on that staff that's on that call. Like, yo, tighten up, or if you can't handle it, just go in the truck. Go.
That's my thing, because I never really see people. I never see anybody complain about firefighters.
Yeah, that's
You know what I'm saying? I never see anybody like.
Yeah, the morale
it
is
just
high
depends
to
on
90%. Overall, I see what you're saying. Overall, like James said, it's that small stuff.
That's that small dynamic.
They gonna complain about it.
It don't matter who it is.
Anybody can complain.
I mean,
I don't like how he say.
So we got complaints like for real, like the city don't pay us to eat. We're there 24 hours, so we gotta go to the grocery store to pick up our food with our own money.
Right.
There's people that complain about us shopping in the grocery store. Like, why is our city firefighter shopping the store? Why is my taxes paying for him to shop in the store?
That's a good complaint though, I think. Because I think that should highlight them saying, okay, we need to do something different about
But
it.
that's not what they mean when they complain.
No.
At that point, I feel like you don't appreciate the fire department because if you want me to come.
Oh, they're saying like you shouldn't be.
No, yeah, why is my taxpayers paying
because
for
you're on the clock.
On top of that, they think it's their money. So I like to play the game. I've been approached like that plenty of times. I say, hey, just a quick question. Who told you that? It's not true. Like, no. I'm just saying, like, who told you that your taxpayer pays my bill?
No, right.
Oh no, I guess not. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's not like that.
That's how it
You
is.
have a good day. You know?
Stop thinking, right?
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's always gonna be that one person.
So the dudes so I work on base,
All right.
and the firefighters on my base claim they get paid crazy well.
They do.
Is there like a difference?
Because they work extra shift. They work. So for us, we work 10 days a month. They work 15 24-hour shifts.
Yeah, they say they schedule this.
Yeah, so they have an A and B team. So they work basically one off, on basically
Right.
every other day. Where
Yeah, but they said they only work 15 days
so-
on, 15 days off, but it's
Yeah.
spread out.
Oh, that's
So
how
we work a 56-hour work week. They work. That's the only reason why they don't. If you look at the hourly rate, we get paid similar. They just work more hours.
Oh, they just get more time. In the
Yeah.
And I feel like they're doing a little bit less.
One, they're DOD, so they're gonna get paid more than us.
Oh.
But when you think about they get paid more, and yeah, they do work more.
Way more.
But at the end of the day, they still do less.
As I say, that's what I was saying.
Yeah,
They're
like,
there. They're not doing it.
That's a hell of a.
They're not doing
That's a
it.
hell of a lifestyle to make that type of money and not have fires. They might
Yeah.
get 3 fires a year,
Yeah.
and half of those are probably mulch fires or something, or car fires or something like that.
Most of the time, they're just
Right.
responding. There's no
Just
fire.
responding.
They just have to be.
Yeah.
And I respect, of
'Cause
course,
we
respect
were-
to what they do, but
Right.
they ain't out. You know,
They ain't in the field.
They
I
not in the
understand.
field.
They
You know
not
what I'm
in the
saying?
field. I get it.
I mean, I might make the jump over there. You never know. It's never too late. I mean, every time the system's better, you know, they
Yeah.
retire
20
earlier.
years.
We do like 25 years and have to be 50 years old to collect.
Yeah.
They can just.
Are you making it that long as a firefighter?
That was my next question. How long are people normally firefighters? Because it's a physical job. So how long do you last?
Or do you rank up and you
I
don't
mean, at
have
the
to
end of the day,
do it?
it's
You want to
It's
do
about a commitment of, if you're going to be committed to doing
Yeah.
20, 25, 30 years, you got to be committed to being healthy as well.
Yeah, you gotta
You
work.
know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
absolutely.
So,
I'll say this, though.
that's your doing. Of course, it matters what department you're in and
Yeah.
how many fires your city gets.
Yeah.
So, I mean, no matter what, it's going to be some wear and tear somewhere.
Yeah, no doubt.
But you have to do your due diligence to take care of yourself when you're not in station as much as when you are.
I will say this, it's not uncommon to see cats do 30, 35, 40 years in the department. Like,
But I'm saying, do they rank up to where they're
Oh,
not
yeah,
in
yeah.
the field all the
Oh
time?
yeah, yeah. It
Yeah.
depends on what. Some people like being on the truck, and some people, you know, aspiration to becoming chiefs.
Oh, okay.
But
How do you rank up?
there's, you know, there's like for instance, I'll say this, like in the fire department, you got so many specialties. You got a marine team. You could be a hazmat specialist. You can be a technical rescue.
Oh.
Then you got like FMO that do building codes. Like here, like somebody's got to do that to make sure fire code's up. So you got different progressions. Fire marshal.
Okay.
So different hats you put on.
Yeah, yeah.
how
So
much
people
you-
can go. You can be a firefighter and go different lanes.
Okay.
You're like, oh man, I'm gonna, you know, focus on life safety, and we go around and teach kids about education and
Classes,
fire.
okay.
So we have all that. But then besides that, the rank structure is like you come in as a firefighter. The next level is like driver, pump operator, where you drive the fire engine. You learn how to pump the truck. And
Okay.
then the next level is like, you know, it's like a lieutenant or master firefighter, where you're kind of doing everything, but you can still be in charge of the crew
Okay.
when your captain's off. And then after that, the next rank will be a captain who's in charge of his unit.
Entire unit.
And then outside of the unit, then you have the whole battalion, which is like several stations in one battalion. And then you have a battalion chief that runs that. And then higher than that, you got like a district chief, which runs the whole city for that shift commander. And then deputy chiefs, and then you got the fire chief. So it's that order. So you can, there's at least like 7, 8 ranks. And in between
But
that,
when you get the
come-
fire chief, that type of level, it's all brass.
It's
all
admin.
showing.
It's
That's what I mean. It's all brass
Politics.
work.
yeah.
You're putting on uniform.
These guys don't know nothing what's going on. They just
Yeah.
write the checks.
Right.
Yeah, just cut the checks.
Is there a lot, like, what are most of the calls that y'all go on?
Medical.
Medical?
Yeah, breathing difficulties, cardiac seizures.
They calling y'all for that?
Yeah, because we're all minimum EMT certified.
EMT certified.
So you do.
So you can do that.
Yeah, we're not like up north where you just straight firefighters, fire. You know, here we don't have enough calls. We don't have enough bigger cities, so we do medical. So we get there first, start triage, get the patient,
And then
stabilized, and
do a
then
turnover.
to the ambulance.
So I always like to explain, like let's say you see ambulance driving. So it's different levels of being an EMT. You got the EMT basic,
Yeah.
EMT advanced, you can push some drugs, so EMT paramedic, you can do it all. Every EMT is not a firefighter, but every firefighter is an EMT.
Yeah.
That's the best way
That
to
makes
explain.
Yeah. And there's a pay raise for that. So if you get your paramedic, that's another additional pay bump. So you can do pretty good. Like for instance, like the fire department of Virginia Beach, was I was going to talk about. We just established a new pay plan where you can look at years of service and it tell you exactly what you will make in that time frame. So now starting salary just on the record is $51,000 for Virginia Beach. It's a starting pay. And you don't even have to get promoted. And you could just be a firefighter and go all the way up to like 96.
Damn.
Yeah.
And you're sitting up.
No degree, no nothing.
Well, that station you're referring to, I'm sure he can tell you, it's more of a seniority type of station
Yeah,
right
they
there.
all look like they.
If you're a rookie, I doubt you're going to that station.
No, that's all. Those are people getting ready to retire out.
Yeah.
So
So
they kind of look out for, like, you get more, again, about the 50 years old. They look out for the guys like, hey, you can work in Pungo. Yeah, Pungo.
Like you said, it's a community, so they ain't gonna take care
Yeah,
of
so
it.
there's stations in Pungo where they run like maybe one call a month.
You did your time, you
And
did
then
your time.
Blackwater. Yeah, everybody, every city, every station, every area has a, like I'm at Station 9 in Kinsville off of Witch Duck. It's one of the busier ones by Town Center. But if you want to learn the job, that's where you go there, because that's where most of the fires at, and most of the like accidents on the. I'm always on the interstate.
I got a question. Do y'all have issues with people sleeping naked? And when I say this, I mean
at the firehouse and they're like in the bunker.
hell no. No, what I'm saying is, you know how people sleep, because y'all look confused. You know how people sleep naked, right? And they home. And a fire break out. Y'all don't have issues with that, because that's my concern.
Nah.
That don't happen that often. Or they could be online and sleeping with clothes on.
You the first person that thought of that.
No, you ain't never heard that. People that be like sleep naked and they be like, what if a fire happened and you gotta run out and the fire
I
department?
mean, like I said, when your officer's on the truck and he put a seatbelt on, if you ain't on it, you couldn't get it when you get back.
Yeah.
So when that call comes on, get your ass in that truck.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't.
No matter how you want to sleep naked, that's your business.
No,
Let me see
no,
it.
no,
not y'all. I'm talking about the
citizen, like the person calls 911 in the hospital.
Okay, so there we go. That's what I'm thinking.
Talking about sleeping naked, naked people walking the street.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I've never seen it on a fire, but I've seen it on a where we got called to assist a dude. I guess it was a peeping Tom situation where this dude, some white boy, was watching this dude fuck his chick, and he came outside naked, beating his ass. Called fire department. So then he called the fire department. He was still naked when we got there because he pinned him down. That was the only time I seen an emergency where I actually see somebody come
What the fuck
outside.
are y'all doing?
They call us to just check vitals and stuff. It's just protocol.
Oh, okay.
You know, because he literally knocked the dude out.
Oh, he knocked him out.
Yeah, because
I thought you meant like he just.
he knocked him out, and then he called 911.
Oh,
and he's like, yeah, and this guy needs to get arrested. He's peeping Tom.
I got you.
And then they were like, yo, bro, you can at least go in and put your clothes on now. We got it from here. Now, so that's the only time I've actually seen it, like somebody actually like come outside.
How come when they call 911 for like the mental disability people calls, how come y'all don't go on those calls instead of the police?
We go on CIT. Yeah, CIT, Crisis Intervention Team. It's like PD has that.
So how does
that's
that
becoming
call
big.
make sure
That
you-
is becoming a thing.
Like how does that happen? Like how do you get the call, or how do they get the call? You still dial 911.
So you haven't heard that happen here in the Virginia Beach area or the Chesapeake area, the Seven City area. So maybe that police showing up to.
Yeah, because not too long ago, I want to say a year or two ago in Norfolk, a guy came out with a knife and they killed him or shot him or something.
I haven't heard that. I haven't heard.
I mean, that was more like a disturbance call. So we, of course, we wasn't called until he got shot. You know what I'm saying?
We don't come to the.
Yeah.
So I mean, at the end of the day, like, they're transferring at this point. They're trying to get away from that. Right.
So, but maybe that's not what's happening. Maybe they're not calling saying that it's a disturbance. Maybe they're calling more of saying,
We've had video or recordings where we've heard like, I'm calling, he's freaking out, he has a, he's disabled, and the police come and then something go wrong.
Right, but that's because maybe they don't have a crime intervention or
that's that. Yeah,
they don't have that. Yeah, they don't have that.
At that point, it's not.
Yeah.
Even if it really was, it still matters on how the dispatch pushes it out.
Yeah.
True. That's
how the dispatch
how they
pushes
interpret
it
it.
Push it out.
Yeah, how they interpret it.
But why not just whenever you hear mental, you just call the right people, which is y'all.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, my opinion, I don't think we're the right ones to do it. I mean, dudes have
y'all
psychotic.
don't have guns, so you're not gonna come on.
Right, I mean, like someone spazzing out. I don't think that should fall into the hands of. Even police or fire. You know what I'm saying?
Like a mobile therapist or something like that.
Right, exactly. And I mean, they're trying to get to that. I mean, once again, mental illness is so big.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, imagine the staffing needed just to do that.
Yeah.
And you don't even know what's
not the staffing, and just to, like I said, you have the tolerance of one to do that on a daily basis. Find someone that's not in their right mind, trying to get to redo it as firefighters, as police. So imagine someone that's just dedicated to those type of patients, dealing with people that wants to fight them. You're trying to help them, but now they're trying to fight you. Because at the end of the day, you can't keep them to their existence.
Are needed on the scene, to be honest. But if y'all on the scene first, you could probably diffuse most of.
And sometimes it's just the dynamic of the patient is so, the mental disability is so severe that there's really no way to solve it but to help put the person down. You know, certain situations get so out of control. But if you were there videoing it, it probably look bad. But you might not know we're doing this for the best interest of the patient
and the people around.
But it could look if you didn't know the whole situation. Like we tried to talk for like 10 minutes, but you can't keep talking for 45 minutes. There's a time where there's a there's a time where it's like, but I will say that like the ones I've been on, it's usually they either high on some drugs or they don't even know where they're at. They don't even know what's going on. So to protect them from doing something to get additional charges, it's like, yo, let's just try to put them down because we don't want them hitting the cop. We don't want them doing anything. Because then you're talking about charges on charges on charges.
They don't need no charges for hitting you out?
You could if you pushed it, but we don't push it. I mean, we don't push it. Like, yeah, people might hit, but we don't push it because we don't have no ego.
Especially important.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Thank you. That perfectly illustrates what I'm talking about.
So I was about to get good.
Okay. So they responded the same type of. Now I understand that cops deal with this a different brand, and I understand like their mentality. They're trained differently. I get that.
Fair.
And they have things that y'all don't have, like weapon wise, right? But at the same time, he just said they don't. I know this is just you and your perspective, but he just said they don't push it. I don't hear about firefighters saying, "Oh yeah, that motherfucker's throwing me in. That's an additional. That's an assault. That's an blah blah blah." But a cop, and I understand they're protected. They have maybe a little bit more protections than y'all. I don't understand legally. I don't know how that works. But that mentality he just had, I feel like they should have more of. Now they shouldn't be too lenient. They can't be too lenient. But you know what I'm saying? Like if somebody's messing up, spazzing out, or if somebody's in a park, you know what I'm saying, late at night. You get what I mean? Like the segue. So you watched the video. If you haven't heard, the lady that got the ticket or didn't get the ticket, she got arrested for not signing to get the ticket. Citation in Atlanta. What are y'all opinions on that situation? And who do you feel like is wrong, right?
Before you answer, you don't have to get a political answer.
No. We'll get straight to it. Yeah, we'll get straight to it. So I'll say this first. As when it comes to me dealing with problems, and what I would say, like for a man, like what's like masculine is conflict resolution, in my opinion.
Right.
It's your mental.
Right.
So to me, right off the bat, if I'm looking at a situation, I'm trying to solve it and come up with a resolution, a solution. See, as a firefighter, I gotta try to diagnose you and see what's going on. Are you breathing? Why are you breathing? You need asthma. You need Alberto or whatever. So in that situation, to me, is you're supposed to be smarter than the person you're dealing with. So that way, if I don't care what they're doing, what their mind state is, your ability is to come to a point where we can both go home and resolve it without there's no physical.
Right.
And you're talking about, and after conflict resolution. So I would go in there like, okay, perfect. These people are out of town, they're in a park, okay, all right. I mean, I've been at Mount Trashmore where a cop pulled up on me and I was running, and they're like, hey, this is, you're out of the time zone. Hey, man, you know what, you're good, more just get out of here.
Right.
Okay, cool, it's not that big a deal, something like that.
You didn't kill anybody.
Yeah, so it's like, what are you doing for the public to be able to take the threat off the street? Was this person a threat on the street?
Right.
I mean, granted, you can play the game, but that's where the ego comes in. You know what I'm saying? The ego's coming in because you want to be able to get this person to comply to your order.
Your will, yeah.
Yeah, versus like, there's really big picture here. This ain't gonna stick. You're gonna go to court, and the court's gonna be like, you for trespassing at a park. This person's from another state. I mean, if I'm the judge, I'm
Hold on, let's get both their opinions.
Hold on. Let me talk about that though.
Go ahead.
Because if that's the case, then get rid of the rule. You can't get rid of the rule. So why have it? If you can't give the ticket, and you're not supposed to give the ticket, then
we're not saying not supposed to get a ticket.
No, yes you are, because you just say you're trying to dissolve it at the lowest level, right? So either I'm gonna give the ticket or I'm not gonna give the ticket.
Hear me out, Marcus. The rule is you're not getting rid of the rule completely. That's not what we're saying. The rule is no being at this park during these certain hours.
Okay.
He's not saying let them stay at the park and you go home. He's just saying you have to leave the park. That's still enforcing the rule. They're leaving the park. But the punishment for not leaving is a citation.
Right. So okay, is that not his prerogative? Is that not his prerogative to give him the ticket?
Yeah, that's his prerogative.
All right, so if it's just a minor ticket and it's just gonna roll off, get the ticket and carry the fuck on. It's just that simple.
She could have did that. You were absolutely right. Let's get.
My take. I'm gonna start with the officer first because at the end of the day, the officer was in the right, in my opinion.
Okay.
Morally and just on a typical basis, it would be nice that the police put their focus on other shit. That's my main thing. But at the end of the day, he was in the right. He is getting paid to enforce the law.
Right.
He was patient with him, and as a black man, I can appreciate that towards another black man and black woman. I have to appreciate that. It sucks that I have to say that, but I'm verbally gonna say I appreciate it because typically they don't. Oh, well, I can't say that for all cops. There's some good cops out there.
Yeah.
He was cool. He never raised his voice. He didn't talk fast. He wasn't emotional. He was just being the same tone from the first word came out of his mouth to the last one before he started taking the handcuffs off. Just in general, just being in public safety, I think there's other stuff that we can be worried about. You know what I'm saying? Go get the drug dealer or the drug user off the street. Something of that nature. After that, and then especially when you confirm that they were not from that area.
That's my thing.
You want people to come to your town. I mean, I'm sure your mayor does. I'm sure your city council and all the people want people to come visit this area.
Was they not from the area, or was they license plate just?
It was the license plate, but I don't think they're from that area for real. I don't know. But in his mind,
it was confirmed in his mind they were from out of town.
You're not here to do an investigation.
No, I ain't here for it. No, that's what I'm saying. Like that doesn't make sense.
Hold on, what? That doesn't make sense.
What he's saying is he doesn't know if he can believe that they're not from that area.
That's fair, but the cop thought they were from out of town. So there's all that narrative.
He just assumed that because their license plate was.
But now
you have to go to Florida. He ain't allowed him to give him the ticket.
No.
He didn't let them carry the fuck on.
Yeah, when he gave him the ticket, they could have carried the fuck on.
But Marcus, here's my thing.
You a former cop?
Nah.
Okay. I have to make sure I ain't pushing my buttons. Got cops in your family? Got cops in your family?
Do I got a cop in my family?
Yeah.
He's a black Trump.
Yeah, this is how he is. As the show goes on, you'll figure it out.
I mean, I respect my law for it.
He'll snitch though.
But do you agree that cops do give warnings?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, it happens. So
Do you think it was fair if that was? Do you think it would have been more than fair, even though his job was enforcing law, for that type of situation? Do you think it was more than fair to give a warning in that situation?
Yeah, he could have told them to leave.
Marcus,
But he decided
Right, and unfortunately,
He was trying to make a point.
And at that point, I get what you're saying. That's
Yeah.
You don't think it had anything
that's
to do with his ego or pride or
Nah, because if she would have signed it, it would have been over. We wouldn't be talking about it right now.
So last day I still think the cop was in the right. I just think in the future sense, give the warning. I think I love my job. You know, we goof around the station. 1 minute we're joking, 1 minute we're serious, and we go back. You know, we got our own kitchen, cook. We got our own gym. We can get some sleep. We got our own rooms. Blah blah blah. I do think that cops, man. I think being a cop. I talked to plenty of cops. Being a cop is what you make it. And when you go down to like that little petty stuff, your job is harder now. Because now you don't know how that person's gonna react. Because you saw that video when she said, "What's your badge number?" You would think she would really go get a pen and paper. What she did, what if she wouldn't got a gun?
True.
She would never got it.
True.
She would still have been wrong.
And I thought that usually cops don't let you walk off, go to a
exactly.
They usually
and
don't.
once again, that's why I'm also giving him more props because it could have escalated right then and there. Man, where you going? Right then and there, the minute she walked away, it could have went to the worst.
But to me, that makes me feel what I feel more about it. Because the fact that he let her go to the car and grab whatever the fuck she wanted,
It
to
means
me, in his mind,
Right.
tells me that this isn't that big of a
It's not a threat.
This is not that serious a situation.
True.
It's not a threat.
Yeah.
That's just
him
me.
being lean.
Right.
Huh?
But you know the thing that gets me though,
He was.
it shows that cops get away. That cop could have been slick and said she was a threat.
He could have.
The average officer would have used that and says, I don't know what she was.
Tased the fuck out of her, tablet, or whatever.
That's
Exactly.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
that's
saying? So it just
and I don't know
shows that if you just stay calm, usually the situation stays calm.
Yeah.
All this, it's a threat. Like, and the same thing we were saying about with the whole mental illness about.
Right.
I tackle patients all the time because I have to.
But that's my issue.
But it is crazy how cops can use that. Say, oh, he was a threat, and not.
That's my issue. There's
I don't
a
got
tact that they allow them.
Right.
There's a gray area for all cops, and I believe there should be a gray. I'm not saying there should.
Right.
But at the same time, Marcus is right. He's legally the dude didn't really do anything wrong.
No.
To me, morally he may have, but legally he didn't. But at the same time, that same cop tomorrow could see somebody do the same thing and be like, "They're good to go." You know what I'm saying? And he wouldn't be wrong in either situation, in my opinion. Legally, he wouldn't be wrong. That's what I'm saying. The crime or the issue wasn't that big for him to even. Why waste
Now it's
time?
probably perception now for your
At
department.
this point, this is where I felt like ego came into play with the cop. It was already there with the lady because she had attitude and all that. We know that. When she changed her mind and said, "Okay, I'll sign it," that's when he could have been.
He already
didn't have to
forced his will.
That's where I had an issue with the force. Like, I get it that now it's like, fuck it, I gave you the chance.
But
so I'm taking
not only
you
is he
in.
a cop,
but
he's a man too.
But
So
that's
imagine me and you.
That's the ego.
You're saying ego.
But
That's
explain
the ego.
him though.
So hold on. So all I'm saying is, because even legally, as for what that crime was and what we're talking about and what she was supposed to be getting was a citation, it was either you sign it or go to jail. Right? All right, I said I signed it now. All right, we'll sign it.
Nah,
that's
it's
all
too
he
late for
wanted
that.
in the first place.
Nah, it's too late for
But
that.
now, he said, but that's the part.
Are we going to encourage
No,
people?
I'm not encouraging shit. This is what I'm saying though. I'm not encouraging. I'm not even saying he wrong. All I'm saying is the ego kicks in on the cop where she didn't want to sign it and he wants to take her to jail. She said no. I'm not saying, hold on. When it kicked in after, I'm saying it's an ego when she said, okay, she swallowed her ego. She swallowed that attitude. She swallowed her little, remember she was, I ain't going. All right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna sign it. She did it. Why he couldn't do it?
Essentially, he had a
At that
chance
point,
to
that's what I'm saying,
de-escalate the
it's ego.
situation. She gave him the avenue.
Why does it always gotta be forceful?
I
Like,
see.
it shouldn't always be forceful. And because that's a woman, it shouldn't have been forceful.
I see it as a
That's
same.
all I was saying. But now, did she technically deserve what happened to her? Yeah, because you already know the climate on these motherfucking cops, and you shouldn't give them no reason. You feel what I'm saying?
I think the last-
Like, don't
I think
pull
the
back. You
last
shouldn't have
thing
been
we
doing
should
all of
do-
that. Like, we know that. And if you back down, if you're not gonna hold it all the way through, you feel what I'm
That's
saying?
what I don't like.
Then, yeah, you should have did it in
If
the
you gonna
first
stick
place.
with that, stay with
Stay
it.
with it.
Don't backtrack because now you about to go to jail.
Right. But my thing is, and it goes back
That's the only
to,
reason why I think the cop
and
is
then-
morally
and
wrong.
then-
Because I think ego is involved. But legally, he did his
so
job.
I'm gonna have to assume that those two weren't an idol.
Nah, they was hugged up.
The two?
No. When he pulls up, they're like screwed up on the
Well, I mean, that's me. I mean, they got something going on, but I doubt they're married.
Oh, no. I don't think
Because
so.
Walter, you can tell, because he was like, hey man, she ain't do nothing. And that's my wife. Don't talk.
He did do that.
No.
No, he didn't do it in a way where
Yeah, it
this
was
is
not
my
me.
lady.
No,
He wasn't like,
Oh,
don't touch
y'all talking about-
her. He was
y'all
more
talking
like,
about-
He was like,
well, I think you would have risked that if that was your wife.
that's worth it. If that's your
If you would've been talking
you're not gonna be like, yo,
different,
cop,
saying.
Y'all crazy.
He ain't getting no
So-
ass after that.
Y'all crazy.
Exactly.
We ain't getting no ass beer. She going to jail.
Nah, but my thing is, it was okay if you don't get out
but the
that
cop
wasn't his
manhandle
lady.
your wife like
So-
that, though?
Hold on, listen. Hear me out. Let's slow down here. Because I feel
Okay.
like we on
I
this.
get it wrong.
Don't lose your train of thought. I get what you're saying. It's two things. One, I'm not gonna lie to talk to my lady like that.
That's what
And two,
I'm saying.
if that's my
You're not
woman.
gonna allow-
No.
Hell
I'll take the ass one for the cop for my lady.
Ass whooping.
Sure. If I got to.
You remember
That is my
what you
two things.
earlier?
Two things. One, ain't no cop gonna talk to my lady. You can bring that energy to me. You can bring it to my lady. Two, if that's my lady, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, check her.
Period.
Yeah.
I get, okay. I see that.
Two things.
Yeah.
At the end of the
He
day,
take control.
before the cop can even transfer that energy to neither one of us, if my
You
lady's
gonna
coming off like
step
that,
in. Okay.
lady, shut the fuck up.
I get that part. Okay, I get that.
Once again, I'm also not going to allow, or I'm not going to let it slide. That cop, you can bring it because I can handle it. Deep down, she can't handle it.
So you going to jail, not her. That's what
Sure,
you're
if I
trying
got
to
to.
If I got to.
Now, what did he say? You niggas is cool.
Then we both going. I mean,
Okay.
if I say we
I
go,
get that. I thought you
If I know that you
Both going.
interfere in my life like that, when we in those types of situations, I'm gonna cut you off.
I-
How you gonna go back?
And the only reason
That's
why
the second
I
I have to
is
stand.
because of the type of crime it was. Like this, now it's just
Yeah.
escalated. You know,
Yeah, that was my
bullshit.
life.
That's why I'm gonna say, shut the fuck up and sign it.
Right.
That's what I'm gonna say, so we can
If you,
get
especially
our
if you
ass.
see me
But
sign
at the
you sign
same
it.
time,
Exactly.
just like as we talk here,
I'm
we
leaving.
all have
You
rights
just
in
made
this.
it worse.
The cop has a right to do his job the way he wants to do it, and I have a right right to stand my ground because this is my right.
That's
So
looking at
we
his-
all have rights.
looking at his demeanor, that
But
wasn't
how you gonna let it carry out?
But my issue with like I was saying, my only issue, the cop legally he's good, but my issue is this gray area. I feel like sometimes it's too big. Which I use. This is a bad example because it's so bad, but the George Floyd thing. To me, that gray area is what gives the cop the mentality. Not saying he was right or whatever. The mentality to sit on somebody for 5 minutes.
Which is why, like,
Because he felt like this use of force was okay. You get what I'm saying? I feel like to me the use of force, the training they have, I don't know how bad it is or how good it is.
It's too forceful.
The use of force needs to apply to the crime. That's all I'm saying.
I just got a point real quick. When the cop, let's say this, the experience that woman had with that cop, being what it is, she's gonna have no respect for the cops, and then she's gonna have to teach it, and it's gonna go down to her children, and down, you know, like for the experience part, because it was so aggressive. That was your time to be like, hey, if I give you a warning, maybe you can have a little relationship with the cops, and the experience can be a little pleasant. But when the way it went down, I would just say that for future, and anybody that ever dealt with it, she's gonna be like, fuck the cops.
So
You know what I'm saying? Like, it just.
Let this man
Go ahead.
I'm saying, am I wrong? But am I wrong?
No, I agree.
Yeah, am I wrong? Like, this is her experience.
I'm mad at the sister though, how she conducted herself.
So I'm definitely upset.
I'm not ignoring this, I'm just saying.
Listen, the tears stopped immediately.
Yeah, it did.
Can I have my phone?
Well, she did it
Like, we can go through
Yeah,
the whole
she's
bunch
an
of-
actress.
Yeah, we can go
She's a
through the.
professional actress.
I mean, yeah, we can go through a whole bunch of what she was wrong. I'm just.
But it's
I'm
a
not
teachable
saying
lesson. A
she was
teachable
right.
lesson. Like, y'all, I'm gonna teach you a lesson, but I'm not
She
gonna
did
do it.
nothing right.
She kind of
For the sake of the
exposed
argument, she
her
did nothing right.
Like, how many times you asked for his name and the badge, and he gave it to you loud and clear.
That's
What
because
was
she
it
was,
again?
like I said, like me and he
More
said,
difficult.
it was
Right.
both, it was two egos met each other. She was just trying, listen, that whole argument before, I'm sorry, that whole argument before was them trying to trump each other. When he said that after this third time, he was like, she said, I need your first name. I'm not giving you my first name. I need your badge number again. I already gave it to you twice. Well, why not? Are you gonna sign a ticket? No, I need your badge. You get what I'm saying? This is an ego.
How many times is enough though? Third time.
I feel you, but they're trying to see whose dick is bigger. Go ahead, Marcus.
That's her fault.
Marcus, you got the floor, bro.
I just don't understand how y'all can say like he used excessive force. She caused the force.
Yeah.
She caused it.
She ain't her arm back.
No,
She
I agree.
caused it.
Can I ask you a question, Marcus? Before what you're saying? Let me ask you this.
I'm listening.
If that same cop, if we could watch his body camera review it, like let's say they go do some review, that same cop lets other people off, you think that's okay?
Listen.
I'm just
Hold
asking.
on. Give me this.
Go ahead.
Your mom might let you when you was a kid, might let you get away with something that she ain't let your brother get away with.
Very
Shit
true.
happens. That happens.
Very true.
Okay?
That was a great one. That's
Same-
probably your
same-
best one you
Same-
ever.
same-
So you're okay with it?
You know what
Yeah,
I
same,
mean?
it's the same. It's the same situation. It's
Oh,
the
it
same
is?
situation. It is. It is.
I don't agree.
It is. Listen, it could have all been square if she just would have signed the damn ticket.
This is the
And
second.
then hold on. And then it wouldn't have been no force. Okay, she decided not to sign the ticket. All right. Put your arms behind your back
Now it's become resisting the rush.
and go.
You ever heard of stop and frisk or any of these?
Yeah.
It's weird, right? This gray area that you talking about that they need to have. Like your mama said, this kid's okay, but this kid's not. It's weird that in certain situations, this is why I don't like this gray area. These kids that get away happen to be a certain color or from a certain neighborhood or a certain ethnicity or a certain whatever. But these kids that don't get away, or you get what I'm saying? So that gray area opens the door, in my opinion. If you're gonna be a dickhead cop who gives everybody a citation for standing in the goddamn park, give everybody. I don't want to
But not all
see
cops
a different
Right.
situation from you because the people are different. Just because that's the big brother and you little brother. That's how you open the door to me, in my opinion. I'm not saying anything's wrong with this cop. I'm saying the mentality. That's how you open the door to the white kids are okay, but the black kids are not. Or the Hispanic kids are okay, but the blah, blah, blah. But this goes into what we said. He's a black cop, and a lot of times black cops are tough on black people because they don't want to seem like they're being
So black people with
the
authority.
gray area is the problem.
Black people with authority is always going to be
Harder on the black people.
And that's known.
That's my issue.
But listen, he didn't come in there with no. I don't think he had an ego at all.
Yeah, we can argue that. What?
No. Come on. That's the part. That's the only reason.
I don't think he had an
There
ego
was no
issue.
ego involved.
No.
Maybe when she said outside.
No.
But at that
Once
point,
you
you
start
made a
showing
sign.
attitude and like you saying they trying to trump each other and all that, of course there's
I don't-
egos involved.
He's in the conversation he had with the other
He's an
side.
officer.
officer.
He
So
has
no
to
ego.
have control in order.
Yeah.
He's the cop, right? He said, first of all, you know how many, hold on, do you know how many videos are there? The minute that someone asks us one time, what is your badge? I'm not gonna give it to you. I'm recording you. I don't care. I'm recording too.
No, that's
That equals from Jump Street. He gave his number. He gave his name, badge, and name twice.
that doesn't mean he doesn't have
I'm not.
ego though.
So what part did the ego show at?
To me,
When she changed her mind.
Oh, that's way up. That's way up then.
It's no changing.
no. The ego was before that to me, but it was just my opinion. But that point shows me that this is okay. This definitely.
You are entitled to your opinion. I'm
Right,
asking
that's
you,
all I'm saying.
when did the ego start?
When I said the dick measuring contest.
When did that start?
First of all, okay, you gave your badge number twice, right?
Sure.
You gave it twice. What's the problem with the third time? Well, why'd you give it the second time?
Why is the third time needed?
Why is the second time needed? Because
He gave it to
He
her.
made sure.
but you chose to that
So
time.
now my question to you is, are you with the whole third time's the charm? Like, what is your standpoint?
But here's my thing. What's with the magic number 3 that it wasn't with 2? You gave it once. He only technically had to give it once.
Sure.
All right.
Okay, so why'd you do it the second time?
Because he wanted to.
Because he wanted to, right? So what happened between 2 and 3?
See, that's unfair on the cop because now if you only make it once, you're gonna say, why can you give it twice? He decided
No.
twice.
But now I'm okay with
Gave you a
that as
chance.
long as you say there's an ego involved. You're trying to convince me
Yeah,
that there is.
that's the only part I'm like.
Yeah, I think one thing we want to see with law enforcement, we want to see that they're showing discretion. That second time was discretion. So that means he was willing to show discretion. Am I wrong or right?
That's
Right.
Okay.
Hear me out though. Hear me out. And this is part of my issue.
But that's still before.
And this is just this is a personal issue.
That was
I'm
the
sorry.
skills after the fact.
That's the only time I think ego kicked in.
But what I'm saying
He explained to the lady 2 or 3 times, man. Just
That's
understand
his job.
if you did not.
he did
Ma'am,
more
just
than he had
understand
to do.
if you do not sign, you will be
That's
arrested,
not-
physically
you know,
arrested.
you
He
know
said that 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Then you saw when he put his notepad or whatever in his car and when he got the handcuffs out.
and that's the
And at that point, she was still down. She was still down to get arrested. Right, and she was still down to not sign.
Right. So she realized she was going to jail.
She
And this is why I say both of them had it. I'm not letting her off. I'm not saying it's unfair. He's the only one.
When she
But the only
realized shit
difference
was
is
real, she changed her mind.
the only difference we're having with these egos, because y'all agree she had an ego too, right? The only difference. The only difference we have with these two that y'all saying is one had one had lawful authority, the other one didn't. That's the only difference here.
So
they both had egos.
So you're mixing his authority with ego.
No, I'm separating them. No, I'm separating them.
You're
You believe, I'm sure you believe energy
Only
transfer.
reason
I got you on this one on. If you're at a concert and goddamn Patti LaBelle singing, you're gonna be in your feelings. If goddamn Little John come on the stage, you're gonna be getting hype as a motherfucker, right?
Okay.
If you was calm first and now she's being disobedient, not obeying the law, your demeanor is gonna change. You can't just call that an ego.
Why can't I?
Now you adjusting to the setting of the tone of the incident now.
No, I'm not. To me, no. You are. You're right. But to me, a cop shouldn't be doing that.
That's
To me
a human being. That is a human being.
Okay.
Just because you wear a badge don't mean you got superpowers now.
But they have.
You're right.
That's right now. It's different. It's different.
That's what I'm saying.
In the sense of his approach, I think he's saying
He's using his lawful authority like he got superpowers. Like to me, that situation is a. I'm listen. I'm at a court. If you don't dance the way I like you dancing, when I say dance, then this could go this good or bad for you. If you dance the right way,
That's the rule.
I'll let you go. If you dance the wrong way, that's
Not
ego.
the way I want you
He's
to dance. The
doing
way
his
the law is set.
No. Okay. So if that's hold on.
He's an enforcer of the law.
Thank you. So if that's the case, like I said from jump, I want to see his videos every single time somebody does a violation.
And honestly, me too.
He
Me
needs
too.
to do that.
I'll give you that. Me too.
That's all I'm
But
saying.
until then,
But if he doesn't,
Follow
do
along.
you honestly believe he does it every time? He gives everybody a
you
citation.
would never
they
know.
deserve?
I can't.
But
I can't.
I said do you believe? I didn't say what it would.
If that's the case, that means all cops are bad.
I never said it
You
was
have to say
bad.
that then. You have to say that.
No, I don't.
All cops are bad.
I never said it was bad.
If you
You
already
already
brought
brought
up he's gonna treat someone differently.
Alright. I
You
just
have to
feel
assume all cops are like.
I'm not saying they're bad. I just, like I said,
And
from
for my
jump,
mental state, I don't want to do that.
we need to shrink the gray area. That's all I'm saying.
Sure.
That's all I'm saying. What he did was not legally wrong. I'm not saying he's a bad cop or anything. We just need to shrink the grade.
However, I guess we'll close it out with that you can't have a change of demeanor and a change of the tone of the incident and call that ego. He's just adjusting to her at his level what he's supposed to do as an enforcer of the law.
I still feel it was ego, but that's just me. That's just, I can't prove
Only
that.
reason
That's
why I
just
was
me.
saying ego was because of the type of crime. And because it was just a citation ticket type of crime. So once she did change her mind, you couldn't. That's why I'm saying you could have let that go.
It's too
I
late.
get the whole. I get the whole. It's too late.
Why is it too late?
I get the whole attitude of it being too late, but that part to me is the ego.
Whose demeanor and attitude and tone changed first? The female or the officer?
Matter of fact, his tone didn't change.
His tone did not change.
At all. You said who's changed for the. When you say the tone, you mean how they were acting?
Let this be a motherfucking lesson.
I don't.
You know
No.
what I'm saying?
I agree. I don't think how he was acting ever changed.
It did.
I agree with that.
So how he had an ego?
So I didn't have ego.
You don't have to have. Listen, I can come in. I can walk in here with an ego
Maybe.
and be the same the whole time.
Maybe that's
Women
just
say it all the time
how
about
he
me.
conducts himself on a regular basis.
But and like I said, if he does it every time, then I'm wrong.
That's character,
We
not
just
ego.
disagree. We all agree that she was wrong.
See,
We just
so
disagree if there was an ego involved.
I mean, so you don't got no answer then.
Yeah.
You don't know. You don't.
You would know.
I just said,
It's like-
bruh,
But I
I
When
don't
you talk about an
know.
open-ended topic, you
I want to
don't
see how he
know.
does that. in
It's
other
hard for me to believe that he does. Hard for me to believe that he does, but I don't know.
But
then what are you talking about?
I just listen. That's what I'm
He could
saying.
have had a bad day. His girl could have left him that day.
But he was
And I don't like that gray.
Tomorrow,
I
his
don't
girl
like that
came
gray
back.
area.
Nothing's even happened.
That woman's not his girl. I don't like that gray area. That's my
But
issue.
until then, do what you
I think
can
it could have
in the
been better
moment.
treatment
Yeah.
of the lady. That's it.
Yeah.
I would close
Why
with
does
this.
it always have to go to that
Yeah.
force like that?
it wasn't forced.
I mean,
She was fighting like
you know what I would have let her do? Fight her down.
Like, what else you
You
gonna
didn't have
do?
to wrestle with her just to try to forcibly put her
You're
under
right. He
arrest.
didn't have to fight. He could have taken it.
He could have taken it.
We don't see.
could've shot her.
You know what's crazy? We don't see.
Now she can't fight. Okay, now you're unconscious. Now
We're gonna see how this case goes. We're gonna see what happens with this guy.
But
We'll follow with it.
I'll just add just one point. Just say we can probably all agree, closing, that we just listen to the cops and just fight it in court.
Thank you.
At least we can at least get better resolution that way. I'm not saying that's always the best, but sometimes that in a situation we do just
We
listen.
should know
If
by
it's
now,
wrong,
right.
If you're doing this wrong, I can still beat it in court.
Objective,
Possibly.
I don't
Objective is to make
back
it
her by
home.
no means. Like,
No, I
But
don't
then
think
you
she's
lose
right.
in the street though.
Right.
In the
I
street,
think
you're gonna lose.
our objective should
Yeah.
be make it home.
That's,
You fight.
yeah, and fight it somewhere where you're
I
safe.
completely agree with that.
That's all I would say.
And who's to say that that was even that he does that on a daily basis? You know
I
what
don't
I'm
know.
saying?
You're right. I don't know.
That could have been his first part.
well, that don't even matter to me.
No, but that could have been his first
Don't
part
matter.
incident. So you're saying,
Don't matter.
you know, we want to see how he treats other incidents in that.
Yeah, it's gonna irritate the fuck out of me.
You can always check to see if you got
Let me say this.
If the second group doesn't get a citation, I'm
If he's
pissed off.
consistent, I don't have no issue.
Thank you. He's consistent. I have
Yeah, I
nothing to
respect
say.
it.
I
He has
have
body
respect
cam
for
on. Some cops don't have body cams on. You gotta give him a little just.
Some of them magically go
I
off.
mean, you can always see if he has other citizen complaints. I mean,
That's
just because the city or department don't act on it, don't mean he ain't there. I mean, you can always check to see does he have history with that. Let's just see.